Yo, what's up? This is New Williams with I Love Basketball Elite, and today we're going to talk about 7 hidden points that you can score in any game. Let's go.
Let's get it, baby.
You think a little too small, I got big goals, baby.
Okay, so number 1 is understanding how to draw contact when going to the basket, getting fouled, understanding how to create that contact so you can get to the line and get those extra points.
So one of the easiest ways to draw contact, and especially get yourself to the line, which by the way, if you do draw contact while finishing the rim, it's 2 free throws, an automatic 2 points for you to boost in the game, is using your arms. So if I know, or if New knows that I put an arm in the middle of his frame and he gets closer to operating or finishing area, what he's gonna do is he's gonna throw his arms up. So that way he establishes that contact, draws that foul. Another area of expertise that I want you guys to focus on is being able to use your voice. I know it's corny and maybe cheesy for you to get into a practice or a game and always be the one saying, or but I'm telling you what, it garners the attention of the ref and it'll give you an opportunity to get to that line, which is what we want. Get to the line and knock down your free throws. We're gonna go through a couple of reps of New establishing that contact with his arms on a couple different moves so we can see exactly what we're talking about. Let's get it. So we already have 2 extra points right there. For the third point, be the best free throw shooter on your squad. So that way, if there's ever any bonus fouls or any technicals, you're the one who gets to step to that line and knock down the free throw. Now, I want to talk about a couple of main points when we get to our free throws. First and foremost, we want to make sure that we're lining up with our shooting shoulder to the nail. So fortunately for New and I, we're the best shooters probably in the gym because we're lefties, obviously.
Exactly.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna locate the nail, which is the middle of every free throw line, with our left shoulder. So that way when we go into our shot, that follow through can be right on target to the middle of the rim. Second, you wanna establish your routine. Whatever that routine is, keep it consistent, keep it simple to reproduce, and do it every single time you step to the rim. Third, focus, concentrate, but don't be tense. So it's really important, it's really easy to just get real tight and tense when going into your shot. For me, every time I get to a free throw, I always like to establish some bit of loose demeanor. So I'll go into these 2 loose bounces, so by the time I hit the second one, I'm allowing my momentum and flexibility and rhythm to get that ball up and out of my hands. If we stay here, upright, really heavy and tense, a lot of times we're gonna leave that ball really short or flat because our body is tense in the process. So really relax as you get to that free throw line. Yeah.
Okay, so for the 5th hidden point per each game, filling the lane, leaking out correctly, and understanding how to get those transition points and those fast break points is key in scoring those 7 hidden points.
When leaking out, it's really important that we understand, do not just cherry pick, rush back on a shot. We want to make sure that our team receives possession of the ball before we start leaking out. And when we do, we want to make sure that we're leaking out in the right position. So typically what happens is when the offense shoots the ball, they'll have somebody going back early so that way they can plug the opponent's basket, play proper defense. So what we want to do when shot goes up, our team receives possession and we start leaking out, we don't want to leak out where that defender might be. We want to leak out to a lane line, extended lane, where now when we catch, we'll have the opportunity to catch and attack and transition downhill to where we're going into a one-on-one or a one-on-two, 2-on-1 possession. So understanding to hit your volleyball lines. So there's usually volleyball holes on most courts. So you'll see ours right here. So when we leak out, we want to make sure that we're running toward that volleyball line, keeping our floor nice and spread, so that way we can't have a 2-on-1 possession situation. And then as soon as we catch the ball, that's when we're gonna start angling more toward the rim and getting into that rim run position. Really important to understand, spacing on the court is paramount when leaking out. For the final 2 of our 7 hidden points for each game, it's how to operate off the basketball. And one of the big things, and I know New, you do this a ton, is having or incorporating back cuts into your arsenal. So taking advantage of that defender when they're not paying attention, so that way we can be an asset and attack the basket. So we're gonna go through a couple of serious scenarios where it'd be relevant for you guys to work on those back cuts in your games. So the first way to incorporate back cuts into your game and establish an easy, quick 2 points is making sure that you take advantage of when defender loses peripheral side of you. So by that I mean when they overlook at the basketball or anything going on, that's when we want to take advantage of it, so that way they're lost. So this is really easy to do. What you want to make sure to focus on is constantly focus on obviously what the ball is doing within your offensive set, but next, constantly be aware of that defender's face. So when you lose sight of their eyes, they've probably lost sight of you, and take advantage and hard back cut.
So second is understanding how to use your defender's body against them. So when your defender is pressuring up on you, he's getting all into you, being able to use his body against him to displace him so that you can get to where you want to go.
Third way to set yourself up for back cuts is walking your man to fake space. So what that means is we want to either walk forward to get that defender to lift a little bit to free up space to back cut, or maybe even walk away from basket just to get them to lift outward. And now we have way more freedom and flexibility, way more open space to back cut. This little thing may seem extremely simplistic, but if you're a great shooter like New, like they're gonna bite when you go pull out there to 35 feet because they want to contest, his shot. So as soon as New starts walking away, I have to come out and try to bait, try to get in the passing lane, and that's gonna set him up completely for that back cut.
Okay, so we talked about 7 hidden points that you can score in any game. The key things that we talked about today were leaking out, understanding how to fill lanes correctly. We talked about being able to draw contact, key, so you can get to the free throw line. Being a great free throw shooter, so you can get those bonus points at the free throw line, whether that be from a technical or whether that be from being in the bonus. And then we talked about back doors, being able to find space by using your defender against them. Misdirection, using their body, and simply finding when they're not looking at you and you can simply just backdoor. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions for me personally, go down into the comments, #AskNewWill, and maybe it'll be in the next video.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off there, New. Let's get it!